Hello, hello, beautiful people. Welcome. We are going to be FMing. There we go. We are back. We are back with FM, Friday night FM. I know, crazy stuff. And we've got a season to get on with. Hopefully, we'll get into sort of coherent, nice, winning, relaxed form. Maybe, if we're lucky. If we're lucky, try and build our hopefully winning season to get ourselves a new job. Evening, Simon. How are you? Hope you are doing well. We are. Yeah, we're going to settle in, have a little blast. Thanks, Simon. I'm glad you enjoyed that. It was an interesting first season. Second season hopefully will be as exciting. Hopefully, it's been a build. Well, I wasn't going to sign this guy because he was like 5'4", right? Yep. Good. I've just reminded me. I recorded and uploaded the episode for Monday, and I've just realised I haven't remembered to schedule it. We should do that. Whilst I remember, we'll schedule that for Monday. And hopefully... Good, done, right. Back on track. Always good to make sure I've got that scheduled so I don't wonder why there's no video out on Monday. Yeah, so I've done my transfer window. I've recorded and edited Monday with the first episode of the season, and we're looking all right. I need to solve this club's goalkeeper problem. We need to get into September so I can solve the goalkeeping problem, as well as all the other issues we have with this squad, of which there are many. I'm pretty sure I almost signed this guy on a free. It's just gone for 2.5 million. Goalkeeper is going to be an issue. I really think we need some defenders. That's going to be a problem. And why did I have Mazida Jumbo? That doesn't make any sense at all. Let's swap those guys back around. Hopefully, and a striker. I need a striker. That's the shopping list, I remember. But it's largely futile to try and attract those kinds of players now, purely because, if I just clear all of that for a second, there is a goalkeeper here, and he's a fully grown one, despite looking 10. Scouts say league below us, but if we compare him to what we've got, then hopefully he'll be better. There is no real difference between them, except this is a ball playing goalkeeper, not a goal saving goalkeeper. Romy Mitchell is still a better goalkeeper than Gabriel Ortelli, but if they'll let me take him as a backup so he can try him without any real pressure, that would be amazing. We'll see what they say, because I pressed the wrong button. And I've got 2 goalkeepers. Excellent work. Good. This one's actually good enough to be here. And he's still tall. Let's see what he looks like next to Romy Mitchell. We might swap goalkeepers. He is every bit as good but better at reaching stuff. Alright, we'll go with this guy. He can come in, he can be our number one. They weren't paying for him. What is the point of having a parent club if they're going to make you pay for their goalkeeper? We'll do it. We'll do it. And then we'll bin off the other one. Just for now. Let's withdraw that just for now. We had Josh Mullins on loan last year, didn't we? Has he improved over the summer? He has. Will he come back this year? Yes. Excellent. That's our 2 loans from Watford eaten up. But hopefully with better results. Now, goalkeeping is solved, I would hope. Let's try and find some defenders. It does annoy me that I have to scout players now to see their value. Let's play this another way. Let's go at least Championship. Oh, great, a reset. I was like, why did that list expand? Right, let's try that. Okay. Centre halves. If in doubt, look for the guys who are tallest. 6'6". Can't teach that. He can jump. He's tall. Is he trialable? Can I try him out? In fact, can I try all of these guys who are over 6 foot out? Just to see if I want any of them. And then we will do the same with left backs. Who are you wanted for loan by? Bedford and Lewis. I feel like this guy's the guy just because he's big. Everything I can see shows me he's probably got something to offer for free. No, not for free. All right, we'll go through them until we find a for free option. Not that there's any hurry, because there could be a for free option in a few weeks. Oh, there we go. He's a for free option. Let's get him in because he's for free. And then we'll try a right back as well. 2 options. Realistically, I'm probably going to go for the Southampton option because they're usually better. So if I don't agree to play him as an inverted wing back, I don't have to pay for him. But if I do, great. Cheers, guys. Alfie Morn, you better be free. Nope. Okay, let's see if I can reset you. I can't reset you. We'll wait. We'll see what happens with that. And then our last choice is a striker. With a striker, it doesn't really matter what option I get as long as they're good at football. Let's just see if I can get any of those guys on trial and then we'll go from there. Go from there is the plan. Are you actually going to make us fly blind? Because that's mean. They are. Okay, good. Good. Right. We fly blind then, I guess. I said I've actually got some scouting budget. I could just actually scout them for a week. Get a report on the players I'm actually looking for. So we'll do all of them, even though I'm probably not going to sign a 5'3" defender, if I'm honest. Just give them a look, just see what they say. You know, standard stuff, really. Because we do need some more bodies. We do need to improve our defence. Left back is a real problem for me. Do feel like I need someone more stable in there. See, Sané's gone down to 4.5 gold stars now. And something's got messed up in here. What? Why? Why have you swapped round? Right, is that better? Good. That looks more like it. I say it looks more like it. Like, Sané's still not good enough, really. But Dion Conroy's not quick enough. So, we'll have to go with that. We'll stick with that team. Hope we get a result first game of the stream. That's the plan. Because we do need that. Right, address the team, and this is a match we should be winning. Make sure we do. Against Kurz and Ashton, who have occasionally put together a really good team. I mentioned yesterday there was going to be a rebuild up this weekend. Because I've just spent 3 hours helping my dad fix his PC, I didn't get a chance to record the rebuild, so I don't know if it'll be up this weekend. So we'll see. And then my next non-Supermarine content, I've decided. I'm trying to decide between two. Maybe you guys can help me out with the decision between two. Obviously, if you're watching the VOD, leave it in the comments, and if you're watching live, it'll be in the chat, and we can do that. So we have two choices for a rebuild video to follow the one that's coming out next. Either I have the idea of doing a Manchester United rebuild using AI. So I'll put an AI, probably Gemini, in charge of the squad. Or option B is I can go deep into my my lovely lore, and there is a club that I used to play for that is the smallest club. We've got a goal, Tim Apshon. There's a club that I used to play for that is the smallest club, or the club that represents the smallest settlement in England's top 6 tiers, that I could do a rebuild to the Premier League on. They come from a village of 5,000 people, and they are now in the 6th tier, as we nearly get a second one. It was in theory a nice goal until the ref said no. And it's a case of which one do we feel like is most interesting. I have tested Gemini can offer ideas for Football Manager saves, in terms of it can understand the data and it can process the data, but it's just a case of which one would people find most interesting. Would you rather a fun, fancy AI rebuild of Manchester United, bearing in mind it fits my thing of taking the mick out of Sir Jim Radcliffe because an AI manager is cheaper than a real one? Or the one where I've got a bit of personal lore with the club from a village of 5,000 people that is now in the 6th tier? That's the question. Because I will do that one as our next rebuild. Because I don't want to do like I don't want to necessarily go straight into doing like, oh, this is a Manchester United rebuild only, because everyone does a Manchester United rebuild, but they do it themselves, and it's too easy. And I just thought the AI twist might be interesting, but I don't know. I'm always interested in what you guys think. We'll always take a suggestion. Oh, Ronnie stutters through. Can he get a ball into a box? Someone must be able to. Lewis Beckford, what a goal, son. Take a bow. Take a bow, sir. That, you couldn't place that better if your life depended on it than right in that corner. And that's why I think once this team gets together, it will be truly cooking. Genuinely cooking. We've got another one. Harry Thomas has scored. Oh, we're on fire again. We're okay. We're back. Just goes to show you save, you exit the game, you reload the game, your form all changes. The old rumours are true. That's what we're proving tonight. All we had to do was come out of the save, sleep on it, come back into the save, and our form hath been reset. And we are back in business trying to get goals. Could this be number 3? Cahill stepping up into the box, come off everyone, and we're now in trouble because we've got to get players back. They're breaking quite quickly. There we go. Oh, Tim Apshon with an interception past Sobowale, hopefully. Does get it past Sobowale. Luckily for them, Brannigan can't get his header on target. But it is looking like we're going to win this one. As half-time approaches, at least. We could easily collapse second half, as we've done before. But for now, we're looking good. Some reinforcements will help us. Happy with the number of shots. Get back out there, do more shots. Please, more goals, please. That's what we'd like to see. Do more goals, please. Matheson with a throw-in. He's gone along. We've headed it away because we don't worry about that. And hopefully we won't worry about the recycled ball, which we're letting them recycle it far too many times. Luckily they've put it over. And we are doing okay now. We're doing okay. We just need to see this one out. We'll make a few changes in a second just to really secure the lead. But it's going to be fitness subs as Gungbo gets absolutely wiped out. Weston out for Ezanolim. Going down the far side, finds Matik to Guy, back to Ezanolim and back to Matik, who goes over the top. Burns, tracked by Thomas, gets in the way, good stuff. But Matik is through, and Alba Matik has scored for them. And it was all going so well. And now I've got questions. A lot of questions. Potentially too many questions. Would be my suggestion. Pause that. I completely forgot we had shouts to do nothing with. Watara can go on at right back. We will send in Shooter at left back just because some tired legs. Brannigan in the 10 is not doing well, so we'll stick De Gale in there. Sané can come out for Harvey Dean, even though he's got 0 pace. And hold back a sub for Sparesies, maybe, is the last thing. Because you never know. You never know. Like, I know Thomas is tarring, but he's playing well. Hopefully well enough to get a third goal for us, because Tim's had one disallowed already. Shooter, back to Dean, back to Shooter. Good stuff. Just take your time, bud. That's it. Just take your time. Beckford finds De Gale. De Gale through to Stutter. Ronnie Stutter. He rounds the keeper. He puts it away. Ronnie Stutter makes it 3-1. And the boys from Hemel Hempstead are on the march back to a solid lead. Hey Liam, I'm good. How are you? You join us at a time where we are absolutely ravaging Hemel Hempstead, Curzon Ashton, which is beautiful. We're looking pretty strong right now. Pretty strong. Let's take Beckford off. I know he's playing well, but he's tiring. We'll stick Frimpong in. Just to round out our sub usage. Just to give us some fresh legs out there and settle off the midfield, hopefully. As Crossley with the ball back to Subawale, who we've managed to break it down. Frimpong, Shooter, De Gale through for Stutter. He's already had one great goal today. Cuts it back for Shooter, who gets brought down for a pen. And we know the rules of the channel. We've got a pen. We've got a comfortable lead. which means we're all going on a pen holiday. Can our keeper get a goal for us? It is going to be good tomorrow, Liam. We are looking forward to it. Looking forward to a goalkeeper scoring. Absolutely on fire, Joel Halliday. Look at the boy wonder. He puts it away. And with 4-ish minutes to go, we are 4-1 up. And this is where we turn our form around. I don't understand the physics of how that's gone under that goalkeeper. When I saw it in real time, I thought, like before the replay, I thought the keeper had saved that. I don't understand how that's gone underneath him, because it clearly hit his hand. I'm not complaining, but it clearly hit his hand. As now Crossley is through, and Halliday has been done at the other end, but he scored a goal, so he's still going to get a respectable-ish rating off the game, which is kind of why I had him take the penalty, because I knew having conceded he would drop rating. But he also hadn't made a silly mistake like that, and this could be his last game for us if we get that keeper from Watford in, because the keeper from Watford looks a bit special. So, you know, give him a send-off. Give him a send-off with a goal. Please don't concede 3. He's back down to a 6.5 with a goal. That's how you know that was a big error. Gomez, forward. Oh, we're giving it away. Let's get back. Anyone. Harvey Dean's the guy trying to track that back, and he runs at the speed of continental drift. It was never going to end well, but we've luckily avoided it. It's the Watford goalkeeper. I'll show you in a second, because we've got to end that match. As long as there's no silly press bollocks. There isn't. Well, I mean, there will be, but there's not immediately silly press bollocks. Right. The goalkeeper we are looking at from Watford is this fella, Alfie Marriott, who looks very, very good for this level. 23, contracts up at the end of the season as well, which plays into my thinking. Lots of lovely yellow stats, 15 for determination, fairly determined personality. He has a trait, not that it's much use to a goalkeeper. Stamina is a question, but he's a goalkeeper. Strength could use some work. Everything else in there, though, feels like a good goalkeeper. Feels like a goalkeeper we get in on loan this year. They casually forget to renew his contract, and we keep him. So hopefully he'll agree to come down on loan. Hopefully. Because I do feel like goalkeeper is a weakness for us. We're also scouting some defenders for loan, because our defence is probably going to cost us this year if we don't. Well, that said, I'm saying that based almost entirely on vibes, because I was scouting, wasn't I? I haven't looked at an XG table yet to know if my vibes are vibing. Yeah. So we've conceded more goals than we should have done, and that just tells me fix the defence. For those who've never paid any attention to the XG table, this here where the number is green means we've scored 2 more goals than we should have done, and this here means we've conceded 2 more goals than we should have done. And this here means we've scored slightly more points than we should have done. But if we can fix this, everything else goes up, including us. Basically, we're predicted to finish 4th, so it is something worth paying attention to. So, we're going to try and find a defender. Hey, Kool-Aid, welcome. We've got him. We've got Alfie Marriott in the bag. That's what we love to see. We have a goalkeeper who could well be capable of getting us promotion now. By himself, I think that solves a lot of our problems. And especially if we can keep him and develop him. Because I don't know what that's going to say about his potential. Potential League 2 player? That'll do. That'll do. I know it says he's not better than Remy Mitchell, but he is just by virtue of being about 4 inches taller. To be honest. So he can now have our goalkeeper shirt. We'll be very, very happy with that. And then we get a couple of defenders in. And I'd say we're in reasonably good shape. Let's just clear all that for a second. Go back to our loan view. And just put our Rex at the top there. Because I looked at this fella Ortelli first, and then Marriott popped up, and it was just a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer for us, but we're feeling strong, is what I will say. And like I said, once we get into September, once the transfer window closes for the league clubs, we'll have more options for loans for less money. Like, I am paying a bit towards Marriott. I don't mind paying a bit towards Marriott because he is good enough to be worth throwing a few quid at. But he'd be really worth it if he helps us secure promotion and then is getting released at the end of the season, or we can have him for free. Do I feel like I need a holding midfielder? Probably not with 2-star current ability on loan. Like, I want something bigger, better, faster, stronger. So we'll see. We'll see what comes. We've got scouts checking. We've got scouts checking. We'll see what they say. I am in no hurry because I've got no transfer window. Right, one change from the last game. Alfie Marriott starts in goal. Everything else is probably going to be more or less the same because I can't really swap out those defenders. Dion Conroy really needs to get a wriggle on in terms of leaving the club. Could we get an intermediary to sell you, possibly? No? Could you... Please go? Okay, thanks, Dion. Cheers, buddy. Thanks. Helpful. Well, we'll have to make do with that lack of fitness. To be fair, we can work around the midfield lack of fitness as long as Brannigan shows up. We've got cover on the bench. It should be fine. It should be fine. I believe in us. I believe in Alfie Marriott. Do we have a suitable goalkeeping number here? I guess he's number 69. Good stuff. Right, send him out. Send out the boys for goals. We're hunting goals, not wabbits, just goals. Right. Carry your last performance into this match. We'll do well, and everyone else make a difference. Make me proud. Do your thing. Everybody have a party. 4-3-3. Excellent. Love to see it. Love to see it. Let's encourage the boys from the off. Settle in. Oh, we've got a lovely kick clash. This works wonderfully for me. That's not going to hurt my eyes at all. Excellent stuff. I'm going to have to pretend I know who's doing what. I know Marriott is ours because we just signed him. I know we're going from left to right. That is the best hope I've got here. Waldron to Cahill. Cahill over the top looking for stutter. How has that come off everyone? And how have we not scored? How has Captain Zaf Brannigan not scored that? Truly wild. Truly wild. Let's win this one up. If we can. Of course we can't. Of course we can't. It's all good. It's all good. I am feeling it. We have an unbound request from HSTW. No. No. He that's Charlie. That's Charlie's Charlie slash Katie slash whatever he's calling himself this week's account. It's not gonna happen. Plus, I'm sure he'll be on the YouTube in a second with his 7,450th account of the year. Ready for me to ban him there again as well. In fact, let me make sure I've got that ready to go. That ban hammer. Because that's going to be a thing. That's going to be a thing. He does have this idea that he's not going to... One day he's going to find some way of getting into a chat for ages and I'm not going to notice he's there, but... Oh, Cole Brannigan. Captain Zap does his zapping. What a thing for the hero. Also, Simon, you're on a 10-stream streak. Wild. Well done, sir. Oh yeah, if they didn't say anything, I wouldn't notice they were there, but it's just the fact they can't seem to chat like a normal, regular human and have an adult conversation. Well, it doesn't have to be an adult conversation. It can be any inane bollocks, but just not creepy inane bollocks. Right, go on, Captain Zap, get another goal. Do it. I believe in you. It's Brannigan territory, apparently. Bloody is. It came off the woodwork. Came off the woodwork. And we are looking very good. We are above our XG, which is exactly what the switch of goalkeepers was about. I think as well, like, I didn't see any unban request in the back end, but I assume he sent it to you, possibly, directly. But it's such an odd choice because, like, all of you guys know who Charlie is. You know, if I just said that's Charlie, you guys would deal with it immediately. And Benny knows as well, so because he followed a raid into one of Benny's streams last week and started trying to tell Benny he was my best friend, and I was like slipping Benny whispers, being like, Benny, run. Oh, I didn't see an unban request section. I didn't know that was a thing. Where's it? Where is the unban request section? Is it in the actual chatty do itself? It might be in the channel-y thing itself. Left column somewhere. I thought I was in mod mode. I should be. Oh, I'm gonna press. Is there a mod view? There we go. Okay, beautiful. It's a whole tutorial for it. That's wild. Oh, I see it. I'm sorry for my actions. Please give me another chance. No. No. Bye. Yeah, I spotted it. He tried to beg for a second chance and he's getting no second chances. Just no. He's already had enough bloody chances. Right, Sané off for Harley Dean just because tired legs. I know Thomas is tired as well, but he's playing well. We will do subs here for these guys too. So we'll put missed a goal. It wasn't one of ours, so it's fine. To Gale in, we'll put Frimpong in there. I guess we put Shooter on for Thomas. I know we've just conceded and it's probably not the best time to be swapping players around, but let's just keep some legs fresh. Let's send in Jacob Lowe as well. I've already made all my subs. That's fine. That's fine. It's weird that I have to put the thing into mod mode to see that. Like, I can't see it from the stream manager, but apparently I have to go open my channel page, then go into mod mode to see it. It's wild. Right. No goals, please. I mean, goals for us, but no goals for them. Don't like having Quinn Shooter at centre-half, but I really didn't have any better options. And I could have put a Gumbo there, but he's also tired. And I'm more focused on defending right now than I am on trying to attack down the flanks. So yeah, it's not going to be a thing. Ronnie Stutter has decided just to not play today, but it's fine. We still won. We're 2 from 2. 2 from 2 on the stream. That's always fun. Right, let's send the assistant for that. Marriott makes his debut. Didn't keep a clean sheet, but I'll not hold that against him. And then once we are invincible. We'll see if we get some scout reports back and go from there. That's the plan. Go from there. And Hereford next. My God, Hereford. I think he's come begging to be let back into the chat because I think, doesn't Twitch only allow you to have one account? I'm pretty sure Twitch makes you verify your account with a mobile number, and it's been forever since I signed up. But I'm sure they make you verify your account with a mobile number now. Which would be lovely if YouTube did that. But is what it is. Yeah, we'll say some nice words. Delighted, top goalkeeper. That's why I signed him. Confident he'll boost the team. I like him. Let's see. He can be anything he wants to be. Good players. Great player. Yep. Sure. Perfect. Thanks, United fan. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Right, we are definitely going to need a centre-half. That's going to be a thing for us. It's going to be a centre-half. That is the next big challenge. Really need those scout reports back before September. Musani's coming in as well. He should be a tasty little number at fullback for us, hopefully. Hopefully. Zimbabwean international left back. Just the kind of cheeky little signing I like. Heads up about Frimpong. What are you mad about? He thinks he should be starting more games. I'll tell you what, buddy. Let's have the conversation where I say, I think you're a squad player. And you say, that's okay. Cheers, boss. And then we both carry on our lives. Like nothing happened. Right, Mazzani is kind of a short-term fix, but I'd like a longer-term fix. Doing an MK Dons rebuild, started unemployed. Do I have any tips for you to win them the UCL? I feel dirty giving advice on winning anything with the Muck Dons. Start scouting open up your scouting range in here as big as you can, as fast as you can. So use your budgets, use your adjust scouting budget, chuck all of your transfer budget into here, and then whatever figure that gives you, buy the biggest scouting range you can afford, and then send scouts ongoing looking for players under 21 in Eastern Europe, Africa and South America. And anyone that gets an A+ rating that you can afford, pick them up. Repeat until Champions League is the fastest way. I mean, I've done this in so many countries now. I'm currently doing it on a rebuild for the channel in Albania. It's foolproof, requires exactly no tactical skill. Yeah, that'd be my number one tip. Just make sure you're scouting everywhere you can scout. Obviously, if you can only scout England, but be careful with the money, and make sure you're only signing players who are A+ rated, under 21, and cheap. They do come up. People tell you they don't come up. They do. Like, with our current, I'll show you what we've currently got scouted once I've done a press conference where I try not to tell them this guy's my best friend. I've done it literally as I said it. So if we just clear all our scouting stuff here. Yes, I'm at Hemel Hempstead Town. These guys aren't worldies. But this guy, Paul Wagner, who I did try and sign, but yeah, that's the secret, is not to spend too much. That's the secret. So on the channel there is a guide to financial management, and I know that sounds really dull, but it's where I explain how to make a club profitable and still win. Have a look at that, follow the stuff in that first, and then apply the things I just said about just signing the A+ players. Like, for example, he won't get a work permit because I've tried to sign Paul Wagner here, but he's perfectly affordable. And like, if we look at his scout thing, we are currently in the National League North. He's good enough to become a League 2 player, and then obviously once we got to League 2 with him, we'd be looking at other players to replace him with potential to go to the Championship, and so on and so forth. But yeah, I mean, you can build a Champions League winning team very easily that way. But yeah, with the finances, indeed, written by me, written by the Slasher, but you can do it. You can do it very quickly, very easily. I believe in you. It's just learning how to manage the financial side of the game is really important. Like, I will admit I'm not doing a great job on the financial side with Hemel at the moment. Not through design, as you can tell by the fact I've got no money to spend. But you can see how badly we're doing here financially. But we've also had about 5 takeovers since we've been here, and they keep taking out bloody loans, and it's impossible to stay on top of it. So I'm just trying to get us promoted to a league where it's slightly easier to keep on top of the finances, so that our next takeover, where someone takes out a loan to buy the club, doesn't completely cripple us again. I have to remember to put that back on loans while I remember. But then the plan was always to sort of be out of here before their finances became a problem anyway, because it is hard with a lower league club because the money is tight. But I promise you that there are videos I've done on the channel in both FM26 and FM24 where not only have I shown you, talked through exactly how I manage the money in clubs and how I get the money to be, the clubs to be profitable with those clubs, but in those videos I demonstrate doing it, and then I while I'm demonstrating doing it, I then go to the end of the season where I've done it, where I've done a season fully money managing my club, whichever club I've picked for that particular video. And not only are they profitable, they finish far higher than they were supposed to. So it is possible. I always pick a club in the 6th tier in England to demonstrate that, because I want people to see it's possible. It's slightly harder below that level, but for Stockport or for McDonald's, you should be fine. I mean, I can and have kept clubs profitable at every level and still been successful, because you can always find a free transfer that'll improve your squad. I have won the Champions League without spending a penny on transfers. You just have to know what you're looking for. But then I've been playing FM for so long now, and I've been making content for FM for 8-9 years, that I'll do wacky stuff like that and really stress test things, just because honestly I need the challenge to keep things interesting. Like, a big part of the reason that I'm doing the journey this year on stream rather than doing it as a series for the channel is because I realised doing the journey last year that it wasn't so much of a challenge for me, or on the last FM I should say, it wasn't so much of a challenge for me anymore. So I get to add the challenge of streaming live, which I've not done before this year's FM in years. 2021 I think was the last time I streamed before this game cycle, and it's a very different skill to YouTubing, and having you guys to chat to makes it a little bit less lonely and a little bit less draggy, but also gives me the challenge of I'm not giving it 100% of my attention at all times. What tactic is my go-to to get promoted quickly? It depends on the club. I don't like preset tactics. Do I have a thing saved here? Right, we're not going to use that tactic again. So, I'll show you. I'll show you the... If I was to have one go-to tactic, it would be this one. This one is crazy OP. So this is the in and out of possession. Ignore the players being in the wrong positions because it's done that just to spite me. This would be my go-to. For some reason, symmetrical formations work very, very well in FM26. This one is brutal, quite frankly. It does score a lot of goals. We're not using it on the stream on purpose because I have a general rule with FM personally, where if I discover a meta tactic, and this is a meta tactic, I won't use it just on principle because it feels like cheating. I'd rather make something on the fly, which is why we're using the tactics we're using at the moment, which is these two, sorry. But this was part of an experiment I did to try and get wingers to work because they weren't working for us at Hemel when we got here. And I just thought, let's try a completely symmetrical formation because that's always been something the match engine responds really well to. And it does be responding. So, yeah, that's my, that would be my go-to. I can... Will it let me export that? We haven't got to export yet, have we? That'd be too easy to let me export that to the... Oh, I can. Hang on. let's give it that name. So you can now go in the Steam Workshop and you can pick that up if you want to. It is horrendously overpowered. But it will get you as many promotions as you like, quite frankly. It will get you many, many, many promotions. Just plug in players and go. Right, I'm going to just do a quick stretch. I'll be back in a minute. And then we'll do some Watsy beating of Hereford. Okay, right. If I'm going to have my tactics, I was trying to try to outscore every single team with 3-4-3, scores a lot of goals, but we concede a lot. Yeah, I'm not a big proponent of three at the back formations. They take a lot of work to make work. There, like, I don't want to sound like I don't want to sound like one of those douchey FM elitist types. You have to be a very experienced football manager player who spends a lot of time faffing with tactics, in my experience, to make three at the back work properly. And I can do it, but you don't want to watch me sit here and set up a 3-4-3 because it'd be like watching paint dry. It takes me hours of tinkering to get them right. And it just wouldn't be fun for anyone to watch me set up a 3-4-3. Right, Hereford in the drizzle, because of course. We're on a good run lately. Go impress me. Wish they'd move these back up here. That'd be nice. Just saying. Just saying. I very confused. Bear with me. Oh, Felicia Day is currently online. As is Root. That's always nice. Just thought I'd check just in case my... So, for those who have not seen some streams recently, I had some dentistry done on Monday and my tooth is really killing me. So, if I decide I need to do a longer break for whatever reason tonight, which it might not happen, I'm still feeling okay. I just want to keep half an eye on who is online in case I decide we should raid out to someone earlier than usual. As I said, it's unlikely, but I just want to have half an eye on who is online. Like, if I was going to go now, which I'm not, because we're, less than an hour in? Just under an hour in. We'd probably go to Chris, but... Which actually, do you know what, for those of you who are in the Twitch chat who may not know him, let's see if I can make this work. There you go. Go give him a follow if you want someone to watch when I'm not on. Love Chris, very good friend of mine. Both on and offline. I don't think I can do it here, but he also is on YouTube. Should you want to follow another YouTuber, so I'll put him in the chat there as well. Very, very good at what he does, as we've apparently just scored. Good. People will be amazed to know I've learned how shout-outs work. But there we go. Yeah, do stop by and say hi to Chris sometime. Lovely guy. Very genuinely very good friend, on and offline. Cannot say enough nice things about the fella. I went through a period not so many years ago where I was really fucked with depression, and bless him, Chris checked in on me every single day. We have never met in person, and he was literally messaging me on Twitter, on here, on Discord, on text every day just to check in, say hi, make sure I was okay, keep my head above water. Nothing but love for Root. So yeah, do go check him out. He's such a lovely bloke, really good YouTuber, good streamer, good banter. I might actually cheeky invite him to come to the network game next weekend. I might drop him a cheeky invite, because I think he'd be good value for that. You tried one in Llama stream, couldn't make it work, so you're ahead of me. Yeah, apparently you just put !SO and then you put the name of the streamer under it. So actually, while I'm thinking of it, because I've now figured out how it works, let's give our good friend Benny a shout out. Just so if anyone wants to go see Benny, he's currently on a stream on FM20. Well, I say currently. I don't think he's currently online, but he is currently streaming FM23, where he's on a mission to win every trophy in the game. It is breathtaking dedication. He was showing me last night he's picked up this Korean wonder kid to play in Canada, and he's in here. Benny in here already? Beautiful. That was good timing then. He may just be online. He may just be in lurk mode. It's entirely possible Benny is just in lurk mode. Let's check. Let's check. See if thank you for following, Dan. Welcome. He is lurking. Benny is lurking. Perfectly timed shout out then. But yes, thank you to Dan the Sim Man for joining us. Welcome to the chat. We are on a mission with the mighty Hemel Hempstead town to get ourselves promotion. Ronnie Stutter very nearly collided with the keeper then. One of those rare moments I was glad that FM26's physics is a bit janky, because that's a broken leg if that happens in real life. I realised I didn't put our new left back in. I've still got a Gumbo out there. It's fine, we'll survive. He's good, but he is very much more a centre half than he is a left back. Cahill going out wide to a Gumbo. A cross goal. Oh, Tim Apshon gets a goal. What a ledge. What a ledge. I am trying to get out of the same league, Dan. I am. Yeah, I say trying to get out of the same league. It's, we made the playoffs last year because we really hit bad form. Really hit bad form back in the last season. So I've brought in some reinforcements. Did sell one of our strikers, so I'm on the lookout for a replacement. Reinforced our defensive midfield. I'm currently trying to reinforce our defence, but we are slowly picking up enough form where it's not impossible we could make it out of the league this year. I think. Yeah, that is the trouble. Our players do seem to bottle. You're doing a save with Horsham, as that's a team you're on the board for. Excellent. How is life as a board member? Because it's something I've never... Oh, Cole Brannigan. Captain Zap Brannigan has scored. It's something I've never fancied, but my great-grandfather was the chairman of Oxford City back in the day. His big moment of glory was hiring Bobby Moore as manager, and then Harry Redknapp. But from the stories I heard through the family, I did not fancy it. England called up the wrong Cole, as they often do. They often do. I always thought, like... Oh, I haven't made any subs. I always thought, back in the early 2000s, can you imagine being like an FA secretary and you get handed the England call-up list and someone's just written Cole down? You've got to say, like, okay, well, do you want Joe, Ashley, Carlton? Which of the Coles would you like? There are several. And I'm definitely missing one. There was another Cole, I'm sure there was, that was playing in the Premier League and playing well at the same time. I don't think we ever played all three at the same time, but there was certainly... Andy! Yeah. Andy Cole, a man who did not get anywhere near enough England caps. But also, I say that Andy Cole didn't get nearly enough England caps. When you look at the quality of strikers that England had available at that time, it's almost unforgivable that England didn't win a World Cup. Almost unforgivable. You think there was a time, not to make anyone feel bad about what could have been, but there was a time when we had as striker options for the England squad at the same time Shearer, Fowler, Sheringham, Wright, Cole, Sutton, Beardsley, Collymore. I'm definitely missing 5. Definitely missing at least 5. It was mad. Borderless okay, dealing with local councils, not watching paint dry. Yep. I've done enough dealing with local councils in my time. Oh, Stan Collymore might be... I know this is going to be a controversial statement, but Stan Collymore, I think, might be the most underrated English striker I've ever witnessed. I know he had his issues off the pitch, but Stan Collymore could do things with a football that wouldn't have looked out of place in a Brazil side. I would even go so far as to say, I know it's controversial to say this, on pure talent alone, Stan Collymore might be the most gifted striker England have ever had. Now, unfortunately, pure talent is only about 10% of the battle with football. But in terms of pure ability with a ball, I think Stan Collymore might be the single most gifted striker England have ever had. I think I remember that game. I think I remember that game. I think let me see if, because I know I've seen this goal recently. I have. Let's see, Rooney was a complete package, but there were things that Collymore could do with the ball that Rooney just couldn't dream of. Alright, let's I know we're side questing. I'm aware. Always aware of a side quest. But I think this is from the game that Simon's talking about. Correct me if I'm wrong, Simon, but I think this might be from the game you were thinking about. I might get in trouble for putting this on YouTube, but we'll deal with that when we get there. This goal, I think the goals from this game will be shit quality because it was the 90s. I can't do anything about that. But this goal, absolutely obscene. Absolutely obscene. What a player. What a player Stan Collymore was when he was on top of his game. Just, that's Fergie saying to Brian Kidd, pick this lad up, do it. I don't think he scored the second in this game, but it was also a cracker. There you go, there's a trip down memory lane, or a new experience, I suppose, for anyone younger who's joined us. But, what a player. I tell you what, if I got Gerrard, Lampard and Scholes to all play together, we would have won loads of trophies. I don't disagree. But again, I think it's that those three players were never ever going to be able to play together. And the insistence on trying to fit them in together probably cost more effective players a chance at caps. Because, yeah, I mean, that was sort of the issue. So the issue was that Gerrard, Lampard and Scholes were all very much kind of very free playing attacking style midfielders. Now don't get me wrong, Gerrard could defend. And Scholes, by the time he learned to be able to play in a way that would have been effective in an England squad, he'd already retired from international football. Because I think at the end of his career, when Scholes started slipping back into that Pirlo role, he'd have been incredible for England. But he couldn't do it while he was playing for England. Lampard and Gerrard, though, were always going to be a problem together, more so than Scholes ever will, because Scholes could play up front too, very effectively. Scholes could play in a 10 very effectively. But the trouble is that the efforts to fit those guys into a team together came at the cost of caps for the likes of Joe Cole, who could have been much more effective for England. If you go right back to when they were first all being called up, even Steve McManaman was still knocking about not getting caps. But it's the same issue England have always had. You get too many good central midfielders coming through at once, and you're in trouble. Like if you look at the early 80s, the number of caps Glenn Hoddle got, despite being probably the most talented English player ever. You look in the mid to late 90s at the number of caps Letitia got, who was a guy that if he played for Manchester United would have got 1,000 caps because he could run a game by himself. We do have a very similar problem now. Trying to catch up on chat. I'm not used to this many chats. Yeah, Sven tried to place goals on the left, which was a terrible choice. Was an awful choice. Should have gone with a diamond if he was going to try and make that work. Yeah, Bellingham, Foden, Palmer, Rice, Henderson, all drama. Jeremy, sorry, I've just seen you've popped into chat. Alonso and Gerrard were the perfect fit together. They really, really were. I think the current England problem is not that we have too many midfielders that can play well, who can play really well to fit into that role. I think it's that we don't in this country have a tactical culture that understands, ironically, dual or even 3-4 phase football. So like the idea that you can do something different in and out of possession is very alien, I think, still to English football. So for example, if you look at that Bellingham, Foden, Palmer, Rice, Henderson, let's just borrow a tactical slot, right? In possession, this is perfectly effective. You'd have Rice here, I'd argue Henderson here, Rice and Bellingham here, you'd have Palmer and Foden up here, say. And then out of possession, you can drop all these guys back because Rice, Bellingham and Henderson can all defend. Have the other two go out wide and you're absolutely wilding. But for some reason, as an England team, we don't understand how that works. And I've never fully got it. Tuchel might be able to bring silver. I think a World Cup might be too soon. And yeah, this is the trouble. As soon as anyone English shows any ability, they get pushed like they're a god. This is not a knock on his ability at all. I mean this in the nicest possible way. Kobbie Mainoo got pushed into an England squad too early. I understand he's a fantastically gifted young player and he was playing very, very well for Manchester United. But I think when you've got a player that young with that much hype and you throw him straight into an England squad, you're asking for trouble. It's never going to sit right. It's never going to end well. And I think it's probably hurt him long term. Like, I don't think we're seeing the Kobbie Mainoo we see now for United, just in the Premier League in general, let alone if he gets called up for England, I think is probably 2 or 3 years behind where he should have been because he spent so long on the hype train that I think it's hurt him. But that's just my opinion. Other opinions will vary on that, but I think Mainoo got too much too soon. I think there's a lot of players over the years I can say that for. I think Rooney got put into the England squad too soon, and by the time his talent caught up with his ego, it was a bit too late for him. I think Beckham got called up too early for the England squad, and he had a lot of the same issues. And depending how far you want to go back, you could argue the same for Gascoigne. You could argue the same for Michael Owen. I always really worry when a teenager gets called up for England. Every time it happens, I worry, because there's a lot of pressure at a very young age where your brain isn't fully there. I actually think, and I'm biased because I played as a forward, I think it's more pressure. I think it's more pressure for a forward than for anyone else on the pitch, because as much as I don't disagree, I think midfield general does need more time, more experience to be effective. But people are a lot slower to notice if a midfielder, unless it leads to a goal, if a midfielder isn't making their passes, isn't making their interceptions, isn't in the right place at the right time. I don't think people notice that as quickly as they notice a striker that takes 3 or 4 games to start scoring. I think in terms of pressure for a teenager, striker and goalkeeper are the two absolute worst places to play. Because, as I said, strikers, people get on their backs if they don't score for 2 or 3 games. And if a goalkeeper has a bad game, everyone knows about it. And I've seen too many good players' careers over the years end at too young an age because they were thrown into doing too much too soon. And not just for England, but club level as well, for other nations. I think if you were going to look at a metric for this, like a real metric for this, if you look at Brazil have got a long history of grabbing that next big thing, that next big teenage star, and throwing him in there and making him the centerpiece of their entire team. And how many Brazilian strikers that have become superstars as 19, 20-year-olds have you seen over the course of your life that have burnt out by 26, 27? They've got drink problems, drug problems, 5 wives, criminal records, lost their passion for the game, all that kind of stuff. It's crazy. And really does, like, if you think, like, it wasn't that long ago we were all talking about how great Neymar was going to be. And if you look at Neymar now, you'd feel a bit silly for suggesting he could have been the best player in the world. Like, he's not in a place now where he looks like he was once potentially the best player in the world. And it does, he's part of the reason I get worried. Robinho was another one who could have been there. It was a bit terrible. Even, like, as great as he was, the original Ronaldo, R9, I guess we have to call him now, so people understand I'm not talking about the weird Portuguese rapist guy. He was done by the time he was 28. And I think he would be another player like a Stan Collymore who has a genuine shout for one of the most gifted strikers I've ever seen. And also, frankly, for his terrifying speed. Like, I remember we used to talk about how fast Theo Walcott was. And prime Ronaldo would have left Theo Walcott for dead. So we are not scoring today. Oh, it's not. This game is not going to end with goals. Just strikers are missing. Right, let's give our new left back a run out in a second. But also as well, like my theory on it being strikers who have it a lot worse is definitely at least partially born of bias. Like, when I was playing as a teenager, I used to get a lot of pressure and a lot of hype on my back, and I did not enjoy that. It was not fun. It was really not a fun time. But I can only speak for how that affected me as a player, not everyone, obviously. But again, it's all about how you treat the player as well. Like, when I was coming through into playing like senior football at 16, 17, 18, whatever it might have been, the number of times that I would get sent on when we were a goal or two down with 15 minutes to go, with this kind of expectation I was going to pull something out of my backside, and this weird sense of disappointment when I didn't suddenly turn into prime Pele. Yeah, it was odd. It was odd. I just realised Sean Cahill's been pushed into attacking midfield. Wild, he's finally doing it. I'm aware I didn't replace any of my strikers then, but I felt like improving the midfield might improve our goal scoring chances. I could be wrong. I could have just made some disastrous choices then. But I'm hoping, oh Jesus Christ, I'm hoping if I improve our midfield situation, I'll improve our attacking situation. And it's not really come off. It's not really come off for me at all. But we're early in the season. I don't need to do anything stupid and meta yet. We'll save that for the playoffs. I mean, Tim Apshon has had a terrible day at the office too. He's had an awful day at the office. I don't know how he's managed a 5.8. Right, it's a good time for Mazzani to show up now and show what he can do. Our new left back finds Beckford to De Gale to Stutter to Tim Apshon. Finally shows up. 5.8, and he's decided he's yeah, it is a thing. We've got... Oh, it's been disallowed. For Christ's sake, 5.7 now. The thing is, I know even if we got a late penalty, if I put him on it, he'll miss. I know he'll miss. Even though on FM24 I could do that, I could salvage a rating that way and get them to kick back on into the game. Like, neither of our strikers, if we got a penalty right now, would score it. We might get lucky from open play here. Captain Zaf Brannigan does what he does. And we're back on terms, and frankly, that's lucky. Also, how is Zaf Brannigan currently playing in central midfield? Did I teach him central midfield when I wasn't paying attention? He has learned central midfield. I don't know when he learned that because I don't remember training on it, but we've now got a midfield that's rotating, apparently. That's now a thing we do, apparently, is we rotate our midfielders. That's it. Your defence is terrified. Cole is on fire. Disappointing we didn't win. Lots of chances. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Right. Mazzani's made his debut. What have we got till our next game? Oh, we've got the FA Cup now. We're in September. Oh my God. We're in September. What happened to those guys I was watching? Where did they go? Did they all just turn out to be rubbish? And it's not impossible they all turned out to be rubbish. Ooh. Alright, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna run away for a sec. Ooh, okay, we're back. We're back. Right, defenders. Let's find some defenders. I need to start learning to use the transfer room to get people to transfer to me. Right, what was I looking for? Centre halves was a thing. We were looking for fullbacks. And the striker. And probably another holding midfielder. Because we don't seem to have got anything particularly exciting in since our last batch. Basil Tumor. That's a name, isn't it? See, if I was using wide players, I'd take a punt on a guy with those stats, like with the attributes I can see there. But I'm not using them. So, tough. Let's just look at loans. Persuadable. Any names that are jumping out? Jordan Tunnicliffe is too old now, unfortunately. Oscar Bear. I can't bring in guys just for their names. That's terrible choices. It's a terrible decision. As much as I want to bring in Bram Van Driel, terrible choice. Let's just see what we get suggested, because apparently none of those players we have scouted have come up any good. But I'm sure they will. Sure they will. Right, Leighton up next in the FA Cup. I'm sure I went to holiday for it, but it's fine. Leighton, where do you play? What division are Leighton in? Can I get that information, please? Just in a nice, easy place to find. Isthmian League, 2nd Division. Okay. No players. This could be destruction. This could be our easy trip through to the next round. Famous last words. Could be an easy trip through to the next round. Well, hopefully we can then get some more players. Sorry, some more money, more progress to the 4th qualifying round, and then onwards and upwards until we win the Champions League or something. Although I've been very well behaved in not looking at the managerial vacancies for a little while. Even though I really, really fancy that Brisbane Roar job. There's a lot of very good jobs going on there, to be honest. Also, I've definitely applied for that AS Vallette job before, and they've never got back to us. I am, just because it's there, going to chuck in for the Europa Point job. Just because. It's not England, but it's a bit like England, and it's a fun league to play in. And we can get some European football. And getting some European football will boost our reputation. That's sort of my thinking there. They probably won't give us an interview because they never do, but it's a choice. We're going to prove we're worthy of a chance at some European football by smashing Leighton in the FA Cup. That's the plan. The other thing as well, I'm aware Europa Point are a club of a size where it would be nigh on impossible for us to get sacked from. That's also in my head. I don't know who this McDonald fella is, but I'm not against him being on the bench. Who are you? What do you do? I must have signed him at some point. I don't remember doing it. He's a Palace lad. I must have signed him. He must have been a player I brought in. Since we're playing a team that is slightly beneath us, let's drop this fella low off the bench. Let's give a Coley a break. Oh, piss. Press the quick pick instead of the filter button. Right, let's give a Coley a break, and let's go find, if he's fit and healthy and alive and somewhere and not having played today, which I assume he has. I was going to give Liam a run out, but I can't because he's played in the match today. That's fine. That's okay. Right, we will then go with the change I accidentally made. We put Frimpong on the bench because we don't need 2 attacking players. Right, that's our lineup. I think, no, it's not our lineup. We're going to start Musani as well because Musani probably deserves a start. Agumbo at centre half. I don't really want to put Dion Conroy in. Let's put no, let's not put Mullins in there. He is tired. Let's put Sané in. Give that team a run out. Yeah, why not? Why not? Local derby if it's Leighton Buzzard. Ooh. Ooh. That could be an interest. Let's find out, shall we? They're close to Aylesbury, Leighton Town. Can I find out where their ground is? I'm sure there used to be a thing that said based on here somewhere. You'd have to assume somewhere near there because they are local rivals with Dunstable. Be much faster to ask Google, wouldn't it? They are from Leighton Buzzard. Oh, cheeky local derby luck. Snuck up on us. We're still not going to go out of our way to absolutely batter them by sticking out our best 11. That'd be too far. But I was thinking of sticking McDonald up front, but I want to kind of encourage Tim Apshon to get his batter on a little bit. We'll swap them round though. I just want him to sort of score 2 or 3 to get himself flowing. But we'll see how this goes. Local derby on the rack. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. We should be winning it. Make sure we win it. I swear to God, someone needs to build a skin that puts that back up there. It's the only thing I want from a skin, aside from less purple. Alright. So, Captain Saf Brannigan. Behind Big Tim. They've got an ince, but it's not an ince. Behind Ronnie Stutter, Ronnie the Rocket, goals they are a-coming. They still haven't fixed the bug where the captain doesn't lead the team out. I say bug, like it's not probably a bug, it's just bad coding. But it does annoy me that the captain doesn't lead his team out. It's sort of the only real job a captain has other than speaking to the ref. I'd have let that go. I wouldn't have bothered getting my shorts dirty. I'd just let that go out for a goal kick. But what do I know? Let's score a goal. Let's score goals. Waldron gives the ball away to Bahia. And Waldron needs to get that back because that's disgraceful. Right, just hoof it clear. Just clear it. Just someone clear it. We're only playing a team from a division we don't know anything about. Brannigan to Stutter. Back to Brannigan. To Waldron. Let's look good. Let's look strong. Cahill to Brannigan. Captain Zapf. Oh, he's almost had another wonder goal. Almost. Right. Strikers, do your striking. Score the goals. Make the win. Musani down the line, looking for Captain Zapf. He's tried to head it in from that angle. Oh. Oh. He might be a touch too confident. Ronnie Stutter can't score though, because that'd be too easy for the striker we signed from Chelsea to score from 5 yards out. Just saying. Oh. The tiredness has caught me up again, that's good. Right, Captain Zapf, come on, do it. Make something happen. Musani again, he's looking quite dangerous, Musani. Back into the box, Musani cuts it back for Beckford. That's off the woodwork. We are certainly looking like a threat. We haven't got a goal yet, but we're looking like a threat. Oh, Ronnie Stutter, is he offside? He scored. It's no flag. No flag. Ronnie Stutter scores. We're ahead. And, well, the Rocket does what he has to do. Scores the goal that hopefully puts us into the next round of the FA Cup. I wonder if, can we get stats on crowds anymore? We can. 712 people here for the FA Cup. It's a big day. It's a big day out for them. Musani back to Beckford. Beckford finds Sané. Sané to Waldron. Waldron over the top, headed away by Ulakami, and we've got to recycle it again. Sané, Waldron, nice ball over the top. Tim Apshon can't score from there though, because that's apparently too close to the goal for his liking. And I feel like he's starting to go off the boil, and I don't have a striker to replace him with. As the ball goes into the box again, it's starting to feel like we're in one of those cycles where we've got a striker off the boil who needs a break. And I don't really have an adequate option. A Stutter beats his man, cuts it back. Captain Zap scores again. 2-0. And as long as the captain keeps scoring, we are honestly fine. We're good. We're solid as long as the captain keeps scoring. Cannot complain. Cannot complain. 2-0. Bloody hell. It's a goal kick. Can we get a third? Maybe. If Tim Apshon can head it to a friend. Over the top looking for Rocket. He's got it. Into the box. Goes alone. Very nearly a wonder goal. Very nearly a wonder goal. We would like to be getting a wonder goal. If we could, please. Musani. I am enjoying Musani. I think he adds something to the team. Brannigan. Forwards. Look for Tim. Goes to Gomez instead. Back to captain. Cahill. Brannigan. Tim. Big Tim scores. And will this inspire him to come back to form? Felt like every player in our squad got a touch of that ball, not just the ones on the pitch. Ronnie did a great job there shielding that one through. Good job for Big Tim shouting for it. He's put it away. And we are very, very cushy at 3-0 up. Very cushy at 3-0 up. And that's down the line. Please don't concede here. Why would you give up your clean sheet for that? I know we're winning massively, but please don't give up your clean sheet for that. That's not okay. That's not okay. We are better than that. We should be better than that. We are dominating them. I can't be angry about it, but I'd like us to be a bit better. I'd like Sané and Gomez to perform slightly better for me. I'd like us to go out in the second half and have 3 more goals, if no one minds. If no one minds. That would be quite ideal. And yeah, I am half keeping an eye on the game. Just half. Just seeing what's out there. as we've just scored. We've just scored. Crazy. 4-0. Let's have a look at this one. It's Gomez doing Gomez things. Love it. Love it. 4-1. 4-1 to the boys from Hemel Hempstead. And Leighton are probably wishing they'd stayed in bed, to be honest. I feel really stupid. I should have pieced together that was Leighton Buzzard, because that is in fact a buzzard on their badge. I'm so stupid. Really should have put that together. Really should have put that together. Why are you complacent? What has happened in this game that you thought complacency was what I was looking for? I'll take it from our keeper, because he's really not had a lot to do, but everyone else sort of has. Let's give Rocket a rest. Let's let De Gale have a run out too. Anyone else I'm desperate to get on or off? Let's get Waldron off for Watara. Oh no, I've already got 3 subs. That's fine. That's fine. Just a few changes. Just a few subtle changes. Just to freshen things up. Hopefully Dion Conroy coming on isn't a mistake. We'll see what this McDonald fellow looks like. Hopefully he can make something happen. De Gale should be fine, because we know he's a solid player. As he finds Musani. Back to Beckford. Beckford has a pop. Goes out for a corner. And do we have a big boy to head this away? If we do, we're not going to see him. That's fine. McDonald. Across. De Gale can't get there. Musani. Musani back for Beckford. Beckford. Musani. Musani goes back and it's over the top. Tim's there. Can't quite get his head to it. Beckford in the box for De Gale. Plays it far too far back. This would be a great goal though. And Tim has scored. Big Tim might be back. Big Tim might be back, and that was another really good team goal for 5-1. And Big Tim might even have his eye on a hat-trick. It's possible. It's very possible. It must be the focus to play down the right, because it thinks something I'm doing is not working. But let's not humiliate them entirely, as Gumbo gets up in the air to get that down to Gale, to Beckford, over the top. Bit wayward, but we'll try again. Tim to Beckford, to Tim again, to Cahill, De Gale. De Gale flicks it with the outside of his boot at goal. That's a bit of a crazy one. And, well, we've got 10 minutes to play in this second half. And I think we can probably call this one over. I don't know who we're going to get in the next round of the FA Cup. We're probably going to concede a second goal here. As long as Conroy does nothing stupid, we'll be fine. Right, Tim, to De Gale. 4 for McDonald. Go on, show me what you can do. You've got one chance. One opportunity to blow. Oh, for Christ's sake. You've missed us beating Leighton 5-1, and Musani's come good, and that's about it really. A couple of goals from Captain Zap. Tim Apshong's finally started scoring. Oh, he almost had his hat-trick. Almost had his hat-trick. I don't think we've seen him get a hat-trick yet. No, this is Leighton Buzzard. It's a local derby. Simon figured out that it was a local derby. They're just outside Luton, and Hemel is just outside St Albans. So Jaden McDonald with a goal on his debut. We'll take that. We'll take that. 6-1 for the boys now. And we could be through to the next round. Well, we are through, barring a miracle, to the next round of the FA Cup. Can we get a cup run going? Get ourselves a big team. Big boy game in the FA Cup. I say a big boy game. This is the second qualifying round. We've got a bit of work to do. But, you know, saw money in the bank. Now show me a draw. Any draw. Is it already made? Have I just missed it? No. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. I assume they do the draws on Mondays at this level of the FA Cup still. Logically. The old Monday tea time draw that your granddad used to tell you about. Dion, buddy, we keep having the same conversation. I don't want to start you because you're terrible. You just cost us goals. Although you're grateful you played in that match. That was only because they're about 2 or 3 divisions below us. Otherwise you wouldn't have played in that one either. I am suffering tonight. No joke, I am suffering tonight. I am just tired. Right. Whoa. I think we're going to get to the end of September, and then I'm going to take a bit of a break. I think that's going to be a plan, just because, yeah, my brain is just mush right now. Is there anyone I want here? A guy from Uganda? I don't really need another goalkeeper, but guy from Uganda? I say from Uganda, he's from London, but he likes to believe he's from Uganda, and that's what matters. We have got a third qualifier round. We've got Rushall Olympic. They are in the division below us? Question mark, voice break. Oh. Let's holiday through. I'm gonna go and just wake myself up. Give myself a good slap round the face to see if I wake up. I don't know why I'm suddenly falling asleep so much. I've literally barely been awake today. Oh. Okay, I was looking for a solution to the tiredness that has just suddenly smacked me around the head, and I thought I'll go and make a quick cup of coffee, and the jar of coffee I had in my kitchen has gone missing. I know where it's gone. My mother came around recently and made some remark about how it was weird that I had a jar of coffee, and I probably had the same jar of coffee since I was a student because I never drink coffee. Because I drink about 5 cups of coffee a year tops. And I guarantee she's taken the jar of coffee home with her thinking I wasn't going to use it anyway. Now I really want a coffee. Because I'm burning out. So I've gone and, hashtag not sponsored, I've gone and grabbed a sneak. Because I do like a sneak. It's quite a tasty alternative. Right. Level 7. Yes, that sounds about right. Let's stick with what we've got on the bench. I think that's worked out well. Oh, just I had to have a check that I put Dion Conroy on the pitch because my brain panicked. Let's put Mullins on the bench for Conroy. And then let's put Mullins on the pitch for Sané. Good, right, let's beat Tamworth. That's our plan, beating Tamworth. Whilst I enjoy a lovely cherry bomb sneak. Oh, tasty. So good. So good. Right. If they'd like to sponsor me, assuming they're still in business, they should do that. I'm just throwing it out there. Send me the sneak and I will drink sneak on stream all the time and I will never sleep. Because as energy drinks go, it is the best I've ever had. It's not the best flavour. I like the cherry one, but it's not the best flavour. But I have run out of the tropical ones. So, you know, we'll make do. We will make do. Sit, shake his hand. Let's go. Right. Back underway. It is time for us to keep this winning streak going. I believe in us. I believe in us to keep the winning streak going. That's the plan. Anyway. Still do think we need another holding midfielder just to have that backup. Be interested to see how Musani does in the league though as he picks up the ball, because he was only a B+ rated player when we signed him. He was very much an emergency option, but he's been looking good as Ronnie Stutter hits the woodwork. He's been looking good so far. Hasn't upset me yet, which is rare. I will have a look in after the game to see what options we've been offered through the transfer room. That's Ronnie Stutter into the box. Off the woodwork from there, mate. You having a laugh? Come on, don't shoot from there. Right, Beckford finds Stutter. Cahill, Waldron, Cahill, Waldron. Good stuff. Excellent. We're in our groove, apparently. We are in our groove. We're looking good. This feels like a question I should know the answer to, but was there any real life football on tonight? I feel like there must have been, but I don't remember. Well, presumably it's an FA Cup weekend. Was there FA Cup this weekend? Oh, it's tonight? There was. Salford beat Leyton Orient 4-0. Jesus. Jesus. Won't be the biggest result of the weekend though. Oh, the World Cup draw. That's a point. That's a good point. What happened with the World Cup draw? That's what I want to see. Presumably someone's updated Wikipedia already. Because we can afford to side quest, because this game's really going nowhere, this match. Right. World Cup. Let us have a look at the groups, shall we? Group stage. Mexico, South Africa, South Korea, and the winner of the UEFA D path, which is Denmark, Czech Republic, Ireland, or Macedonia. I would quite like that to be Ireland, but it will probably be Denmark. We've got Canada, Qatar, Switzerland, and then any one of Italy, Wales, Bosnia, or Northern Ireland. If that's not Italy, that will be hilarious. Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, and Scotland. I hate to say it, I mean this in the nicest possible way. If Scotland can't get out of this group, they should retire from international football, because Morocco are a decent side, but Scotland should be battering them. And Haiti should be the whipping boys of the World Cup. The USA, Paraguay, or Australia, and we know the USA will win the group because Trump will ban all Paraguayans and Australians from the US. And the UEFA path is Turkey, Slovakia, Kosovo, or Romania. I mean, probably Turkey or Romania, I would guess. This is a Football Manager group, Group E. Germany, Curacao, Ivory Coast, and Ecuador. Two of those things do not belong and will probably not make it past the group stage. Group F, Netherlands, Japan, Tunisia, and probably Sweden, I would say, of those four. You'd be looking at that just being Japan and Netherlands. I think this is an interesting group. Belgium, as long as they show up, should walk this. That second spot, that's the tightest 3-1 I've seen so far. Followed not inconsiderably close by this one, where Spain should walk the group, and then probably Uruguay, unless Saudi have a really good World Cup. We've got Group I. To be honest, Group I probably finishes with France and Senegal going through and Norway getting a third place knockout round. Because let's face it, Iraq, Bolivia, or Suriname are not doing anything in that group. Argentina, Algeria, Austria, and Jordan, they just went on alphabetical order and then realised they had to chuck in a team from Asia and had already picked Australia apparently, or didn't want to confuse the Americans. That's going to be Argentina, Austria going through that one, I would imagine. How many groups are there in this? Nearly there. Portugal, Uzbekistan, Colombia, and then any one of Colombia, Jamaica, or New Caledonia. So any one of Colombia or Jamaica, sorry, of Congo or Jamaica. That feels fairly straightforward for Portugal, Colombia, and then whichever of those two gets in will get that third place, I would imagine. England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama. Wow. 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 I I hate to say this, but I think this could be trickier for England than it looks. I think that could be trickier for England than it looks. Anyway, back to Hemel. Back to Hemel. That's what we be saying. Captain Zaf Brannigan has not showed up today. Croatia are definitely in a decline, but they're still Croatia. Croatia have always been the kind of team where they can do nothing for the 6 months before the World Cup or the year before the World Cup, and they show up and they just batter teams from nowhere. And Ghana, how have we conceded that? Ghana are a team who look really good to me at the moment. They're not one of the like gold star African nations necessarily, but they've got a lot of really big physical players, and the current Ghana team, from what I've seen of them recently, move the ball around really, really well on the ground, and out of possession they're really physical. They will scare some people, they'll rough some players up. They're one of those teams that we get in every World Cup where, you know, if you underestimate them even slightly, they will take the piss out of you. So it's a tricky group, and especially if there's one thing I would say has been a consistent problem with England over the last couple of years, goes back a little bit to what we were saying earlier about throwing in young players before they're ready as well. But there is a certain amount of unearned arrogance about the England team at times, as Ronnie Stutter scores, where I think that combination of a very physical, very capable Ghanaian team and an England team that might be inclined to take them a little bit lightly has classic written all over it and possible disaster. It's very much a potential fuck around find out situation for England, that one, I would say. I'd say there's very strong potential for someone to fuck around and find out in that game. But we'll see. We will see, because the World Cup is not terribly far away in the grand scheme of things. 6 months to go. Hopefully the Orange Goblin has a heart attack just before it, so I don't have to watch him try and pretend he won the World Cup. Because nobody wants that. Okay, you do the marking. What if you guys do a scoring? Just any scoring. Why are we playing it safe against Tamworth? Why are we trying to play out for a draw? We can beat Tamworth, guys. Come on, forward. Good. Thank you. Ronnie's in the box. Ronnie Stutter has been pushed to the ground. And Yassine Ouattara, because I didn't move fast enough, is going to take the penalty. Sorry, Jeremy Ouattara. And I shouldn't have let him take the penalty because I should have put Marriott on it. I don't know what I was thinking. Don't know what I was thinking. Really, that's on me. That's on me. Should have let Marriott take it. But I guess we live and learn. We get a draw. We've still not lost in this stream yet, have we? Don't think so. We're in 6th still. We're okay. We are in 6th. We're only 10 points off the lead. With a lot of season to go. If we can build some form, get that 3rd striker in, or maybe the guy we've got from Crystal Palace is that 3rd striker and we just don't know it yet. We're not out of the realms of possibility of being able to produce something. Send the assistant, hold out for a draw. We did. Have we lost this episode yet? Or this stream yet? I've got to stop calling it an episode. Such a YouTuber habit. No, undefeated so far in this stream. I think. We didn't play Boreham today, did we? No. Okay, cool. Let's get past Russia or 2 and then past Russia Olympic. And then I will have a proper stretch, and maybe we'll do some more zombie lessons. Have you had any more chance to zomboid, Simon? Have you had more chance to fiddle with some of the things I showed you last night? Fair enough. It's early days of Zomboid are all about just being as cautious as possible. Like, if you find a big group of zombies in your path, sneak close, try and attract their attention one by one without shouting, pull them away into a big gap, and then take them out one by one. Mostly watching YouTube and Twitch today, plus a bit of shopping. Fair enough. I decided to go and meet some friends for coffee this afternoon, and because I very rarely do sensible things like look out the window before I go outside, I went outside and just immediately got soaked. Like, literally, I've been outside for less than 15 minutes total today. And I was dripping. I was soaked. Like, just the rain was bucketing, the wind was blowing. You're probably getting much the same weather as us, because you're not a million miles. You're only about an hour or hour and a half away. You're probably getting similar weather to us anyway, but... yeah, it was a time. It was a time. I got so wet. Please don't clip that. Right. So I'm gonna stick with the same team, even though these guys are tired, because I don't have any. I've bloody forgotten to look at those loans again. Yeah, that's it. It's just been nasty. I don't like it. Right, we've got some players on offer. Let's go to all responses. Frankie Fid, who is also Danish, I believe. I'm sure he was also Danish on the last FM. I remember him being good, but that was last FM. 6'6". It'd be rude not to. He's 6'6". And you cannot teach that. That is the rules. You cannot teach 6'6". Kian Osborne, what are you saying? Quick, composed, can you finish? If you could finish, you do. I don't know if you can finish, but I am going to have to take a punt, because I don't really have many options up top. So it's probably a thing we'll take. probably a thing we'll take. Do I want a Cuban striker? Not as much as I want a Cuban cigar. Can't imagine doing much with someone who's 5'5". Like, I know I shouldn't be like, oh, I need tall players, but it's the Conference North, and frankly, if you have any players that aren't somewhat huge, you get murdered. So, I've started to get some of those reports back from the players I asked for reports on. Good, good. Not that it was worth it, because apparently every loanee possible from the Championship and above is garbage. Which I didn't need. Alright, let's just play the game. Let's just play the game. I mean, this lad, McDonald, has scored a goal for us, so he could be good. And at worst case scenario, I'll just stick the captain up top. I'm not that bothered. Right. The media have given you a lot of credit lately because, as we all know, the media absolutely love talking about the National League North. Can't get enough of it. Every time I pick up a copy of The Sun, which is never, the front page, the back page, the middle pages, the funnies, the TV guide is all talking about the National League North. We're in black. Good. I was trying to work out which colour we were playing in. That was good. It wasn't helped by that all the players were in yellow for a couple of frames there. That blew me away. Right, goals. Let's keep goals happening. Because we seem to have scored some. We can get through the FA Cup. See what we get there. Right, Tim, come on. Set someone up. Big Tim and Big Ron, they are setting us up. We are good. The boys are back. And we have another goal. And I might even give Liam a small run out in the FA Cup. Since we're playing a team from below us, we might give Liam a run out in the FA Cup. Assuming, I tried this in the last game, Liam, when you were away for a while, and you played for the under-18s the same day, and I was like, oh, it would have been perfect. So that was the team who was smashing 6-1 when you came back. Oh, come on, defend better. You would have had a hat-trick in that game for sure, but we'll see. We'll do our best. I will make sure I've got you in team, because the captain probably needs a rest as well, to be fair. Oh. Definitely took too long to drink that sneak because the powder had started to collect in the bottom. Oh, it's a bit dry. Anyway. Right. So the captain's not having a great game today, to be honest. Let's encourage. Let's pretend it does a thing. See, smiley faces, it did a thing. It made the smiley faces appear. Waldron. Cahill. Waldron and Cahill combining. Gomez over the top looking for Ronnie. Can't find him. And now we're on the back foot again. Good. Waldron. Let's build. Maybe on the other side? Should we try the other side? Maybe? No? No? Okay. Okay. No. Trust your judgment. I hold my hands up. Would have been onside if you'd listened to me, but it's not. Okay? Okay. It's all good. It's fine. I believe in you boys. You'll get a goal. You'll get another goal. Eventually, right, half time. Half time. Media have given you all credit lately, blah blah blah. Cole. Buddy. And Kurai as well. While we're here, while we're having a little chat. Guys, I want you to come really close. If you could play better, that would help us out. Thanks guys, thanks. Glad we had that talk. You know, you've got to be gentle with these guys. You've got to be gentle with them. It's the rules. To be fair, Misani has in fact potentially listened a bit. The captain, not so much. The captain is probably coming off because he doesn't want it enough. He does not want it enough. In fact, Gomez is going to come off too because he's not really done it for me today. Akoli can come on there. We'll put Waldron at right back. We will take off the captain for De Gale. Shooter for Masani because even though he has improved a bit, not there yet. And I'll hold off that last sub because as much as I want to stick Sane in, I do want to give McDonald another chance because he looks excited. He looks excited. And Mullins and Agumbo are actually playing quite nicely together. So we'll say, oh, Cahill's there. Watara looking for Stutter. Ronnie Stutter is so good that he's assisted himself there. Just let's take a moment to appreciate the brilliance of Ronnie Stutter at his best. Yes, he probably messed up this first shot, but he's managed to assist himself. It didn't come off the goalkeeper, he just kicked it at the ground, then volleyed it in. We don't know why, but he's so good that he can assist himself. Oh, we have been able a few balls up the top, over the top on here as well, but I'm not against it because that's kind of how football goes, especially at this level. It's how football goes. But I've not seen someone assisting themselves. We've had quite a few goals from the ball over the top. Right, I want Ronnie to get a hat trick so I can replace him with the new guy. I say new guy, he's been here all along, but he did look good when we tried him before, so I'd like that. I want to replace Mullins with Sané, but I can't do it. I can't bring myself to do it. He'll get injured now. Shooter, come on, buddy. Could you just not be rubbish just once? Just one time. If you could just one time not be terrible. Right. Stutter is through. Big Ronnie. Dylan De Gale gets a goal. That's about time. Feels like we've not seen him score before. We must have done, because it would have said. But Ronnie Stutter's got an assist as well. And I really want to get in the hat-trick hero send-off, because I don't think I've been able to give anyone a hat-trick hero send-off. That's it, goal flashes in chat. But Mullins does need a rest. Let's do it. I probably need Mullins more for the FA Cup than I do for this game anyway. As we get that into the box, Marriott makes a save. We are good. This should be a final whistle highlight, I think. Watara to Stutter over the top. Looking for Tim. Tim's through. It's 4-1. Big Tim gets a goal to match his assist. Ronnie has 2 goals and 2 assists. Ronnie Stutter is in fact on fire today. He is in fact on fire. Just no notes. No notes for Ronnie today. No notes. He's got a perfect 10 rating. What utter filth. A perfect 10 rating. We've got to give him a good old delighted with your performance, because let's face it, you don't get perfect 10s every day. Would have been nice if we got the Hats put us up into 5th. We're 7 points off Files. This promotion could be on. Probably shouldn't say it that loud, I'll jinx it, but this promotion could be on. And now I'm going to make sure that Liam is in the squad for this game. Where have you gone? Right. Not available for under 18s this week because you're going to be playing for us as the... Let's take Frimpong off the bench first. And then you can have your role as the 10. No pressure. No pressure for Liam in this cup match. No pressure at all. No pressure. We just expect that hat-trick. Hemel expects. Any better recommendations? No. Okay, to the FA Cup. To the FA Cup. Let's zoom to the FA Cup. Because that works. Oh. We're going to go and smash Russell. That's going to happen. Think Russell is Birmingham off the top of my head? A Russell a Birmingham side? Sort of. They're a Warsaw side. Which is basically Birmingham, isn't it? So, you know. Took West Midlands. Feel like we keep Ronnie and Tim in the team. How are you still moaning? Can you get over that already? Is that possible? Is it possible you could get over it? Alright, don't get involved. Alright, cool. Fair enough, Simon. You have a good night, mate. We will see you very soon. Do sleep well, and pray for me and Liam tomorrow, because we're both going to be at the county ground, where it's going to be battering down with rain, 35km/h winds, and it's coming right at us. So that's good. That's fun. See you later, bud. We got Frankie Fiddy in the team, and we finally got that striker that we were chasing down as well. Let's assume he's good enough to be here. That lets me rest Mullins. Cheers, bud. Are you better or worse than Osborne? Not Osborne. What's his face? The fella I'm now forgetting the name of. I've not looked at him in 3 seconds and I cannot remember the fella's name. McDonald. Let's compare you to Osborne. which of you is a winner? You are, for all intents and purposes, the exact same player, but Osborne is slightly better in front of goal, but not as quick. Okay, good. Oh, I like that lineup until I found out Marcus Gomez was on international duty. Jesus Christ. Right. Who is going to play as our 10? I guess Frimpong gets to be the 10. That seems fair, unless Okoli's slightly better at it than him. Not really. That'll do. Right. We'll put that lineup out. Liam's going to get us a hat-trick. That's what you said. You're going to get us a hat-trick. Now is your time to shine. Get that hat-trick. Get it done. Get us past this team from almost Birmingham. Realistically, if we play you enough, you've got to score eventually. So, you know, there is that. There you go. Pride of place in the 10. Rushall have got some players I've probably heard of. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it underway. Let's get it underway. We're gonna smash it. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna absolutely win this. We're gonna batter them today. Playing at home as well. You've had your first touch of the ball on camera. So we know it's a good day. I've got a new centre half, new striker on the bench. All the pieces are in the right places. It's just about making it come together. Ronnie Stutter scores again. My God, he's decided this week, you know what, Gaffer, this week I'm going to hit some form. That's what he's thought. He's like, this week I'm going to just have some goals. I'm just going to bag myself some goals. What a finish. What a finish from Ronnie. What a finish. Not even 5 minutes on the clock yet, and we're ahead. Not even 5 minutes on the clock. It's our first shot as well. It's our first shot on goal and we score it. Let's get a second goal. That would be nice. A second goal would be stunning. Over the top. I thought you were going to chase that down, Liam. Thought you were going to chase it down, put it away, mate. It didn't happen. It's alright though. Frankie will sort us out. Frankie sorted us out. He's good. Just need to get this one over the top. Ronnie's there again. Ronnie's through again. Oh my words. We're not even trying. We're just cooking. We're like the McDonald's of goals. We just serve great goals quickly. That's all we do. We don't faff. We do not faff. We just go ping goal. And Ronnie may actually get his hat-trick today. It's entirely possible that Ronnie gets his hat-trick. Entirely possible. Right. Throw in. Let's get it back. Take our time. Build it slowly. Just nice football. That's all we want. Jesus Christ. How have they scored that? They said it was a wonderfully crafted move, but realistically, it's a 1-2. It's a hoof up anyway to just see what happens. And we've not been alert to it because why on earth would you try that cross? Liam, I reckon you should have a word with yourself, mate. You're playing a 6.5. You need to have a little chat with yourself. Have a chat. Get your head down. Right, it's alright. Big Tim's there. Big Tim was trying to save the day. It's okay. He's got his cape on. His big Welsh dragon cape. He'll save the day for us if we need him to. Cahill over the top. Ronnie's there again. He's just trying to tease me. He just refuses to score a hat-trick. He just refuses to score a hat-trick. Right. It's time for the I'm not happy. Get going. We'll get it at second half. Second half. Third goal is coming. Third goal is coming, right. Eventually. Come on. You can do this. Big Tim. Come on, Big Tim. Out wide. Fumasani. Back to Big Tim. Beckford. Frimpong. Frimpong with a rattler of the crossbar. Big Tim's got a bit quiet. I did suspect before that last cup game he wasn't on best of form. Another over the top though. Waldron's there. Liam, you've got a goal. You've got a goal. First goal for the club. And I'll be honest, it's not a terrible finish. And I've just realised there is that one small detail that cheeky number 39 shirt. I remember quite a few famous little players wearing that cheeky number 39 shirt. One of them players was a young lad called Nicholas Anelka. Right, couple of subs, that'll do. To be fair, that goal has probably saved you from being subly, I'll be honest. It wasn't a great performance up until that goal went in. But there you go, that'll be on the VODs forever. The day you scored your first goal for Hemel Hempstead, episode 15. The hat-trick is technically on now, you've got a goal. Shooter over the top. See how this new lad Osborne does. Waldron's had 2 assists, but he's shattered. He's shattered. I thought I made 2 subs then. I did. The stoppages always throw me. Well, send Watara on at right back as well, because Waldron's knackered. Waldron is absolutely knackered. But you know, there it is forevermore, your naming lights. Naming lights, scorer in the FA Cup. Scorer in the FA Cup. As we secured our place in the 3rd round, we will praise the boys. Pretty sure that hat-trick's not coming, but it's okay, you did get a goal. But a hat-trick looks like a tall order at this point, unless something miraculous happens here. Which, given what else we've seen this stream, isn't out of the realms of possibility. Great save by Marriott. You might do. We'll see. We're building up. You know, you're only 16. You got to get yourself in that team slowly. Nice work, everyone. That was good. Okay, So, who do we get in the next round of the Cup? That's the big question. Because the next round is the big one. The next round is the one where we get to have our potentially National League side. Potentially National League side. So we'll have a look, see who we've got. That will be a key thing. Just having a little look just to see who is playing. Right. FA Cup. Let's see what's happening with our FA Cup draw. Oh. Just realised I have to actually tell it I've completed requests. That's fun. That's a thing I've learned. Excellent. Excellent. Apparently Benny's in chat somewhere, but I don't know where. You want to just like Remy? I think I'm going to loan you out. I'll be honest, because you've not been good. It's not personal. I'd just rather you were good. Alright, fine, fine. Right, who are we getting? Who are we getting in the next round of the FA Cup? Oh! Oh, lordy! Hartlepool United. Hartlepool United. Once home of the great Brian Clough. Hartlepool United. Oh, it's magic. Right. So, what time are we saying it is? 11:30. Nearly done 3 hours. I think we do Stretch and Zombies, maybe? We feeling Stretch and Zombies? We feeling Raidy? Which way are we going? Oh. That's the question. That's the question. Are we feeling Stretch and Zombies or Stretch and Raidy? Open question. Either way, I'm going to say bye to YouTube. So thank you for being here, YouTube, because if we are zombieing, or even if we're not zombieing, because obviously we're just raiding, I can't do that on Twitch either, on YouTube either. We can't do it on YouTube because unfortunately YouTube does not like the Zomboid game music. It will rapidly copy strike me, which is bizarre. It's the only game I've ever played where I've got copy strike for the music, except when I tried to do a FIFA video once. But anyway, thank you for being here, guys. If you're on the VOD, do like, subscribe, comments, etc. And for Twitch, we will continue. But thank you.